Welcome to Yap, first of all.
Yeah, I guess we're starting then. Good morning.
Is it not here?
Can I actually make a point? This is recording now,
Yes.
right? I want to make a point of just saying I'm really looking forward to chatting with you, Maddie, because I don't think we've done anything together. I don't think. And I've been watching Deep Dish and enjoying it, and I shouldn't advertise a podcast on another podcast, but yeah, I'm really looking forward to chatting with you, and hopefully it's the first of many.
Yeah.
So,
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
let's hope so.
Get ready for me to be absolutely boring.
No,
No.
not at all.
All right, let's get into it.
Boom.
What do we want to share?
Do you have any stories, funny things? That
I went trick-or-treating last night.
Oh,
Sorry, I didn't go trick-or-treating.
your story made me crack.
Isn't that the
That
funniest
was the
thing?
funniest thing I had. Relevant, we were just discussing accents. That was so funny.
They were like, okay, so there are these kids. I was kind of
Did you
filming.
see this?
Yes.
Yes.
I wanted to like film, like obviously it's not the kids' faces because I don't believe using your children for content. But I wanted to take like videos of just like them, you know, because I was just like, it's such a happy moment. I took a lot of different videos, but there were these kids that came up, and one of them said to my friend, "Oh, I love you," because she was wearing Maleficent kind of thing. She goes, "Oh, slay Maleficent, I've got the same headband." And I was like, "Okay, slay." And then they all went, "Oh, slay, slay, slay." And I was just like, "Yeah, slay." And I was like, and then it was just funny. And
It's
then,
like being in a rural market in Beijing and going like "Ni hao ma," and then being like, "Whoa,
it was-
he knows our language."
it was just so funny because they were like probably like 8, 9, you know, and they're just like, "Oh, this girl knows slay." And I was like, I'm not that old.
It was the funniest thing when you just kept saying it back and forth. Like, it was the only word. You kept saying it in a different tone. Slay? Slay?
Slay! And it got higher. Their faces are priceless because of us.
Yeah.
Slay! Slay! And I was like, yeah.
I do feel like, just very, very quickly on that, because it's the whole rabbit hole. I do think, I feel that slang, right, and this whole Gen Z or Gen Alpha, whatever the hell it is, I've never seen a fascination with slang words like what we're seeing right now with the whole like skibbity toilet, Ohio, Riz, whatever. Like all of that stuff, right? And I don't know, you know Ben from Jono and Ben.
Yep.
Yes.
Like, have you seen his things that he does with the videos he does with his daughter?
Yes, I do.
I met him a couple of weeks ago, actually. What a lovely, lovely man, let me say. But the fascination, and this will be a good topic for another podcast, but as in another episode of this podcast, it's unbelievable. The constant talk about Riz and Slay and all this, it's incredible. So yeah, that's definitely a good topic for another day.
Yeah, I love it.
For sure.
I love a good slang word. Is there anything that you want to share?
No, not at all. I'm now recovered from the Travis Scott concert. I think yesterday got to about 2 in the afternoon, and I was like, I am sleeping now. And it was a tough old arvo, but yeah, we're here, we're good. It's Friday, baby.
We're back. Short week.
Yes.
Tough week.
Tough week.
Very tough
Yeah,
week.
very
God, hasn't it been?
It has.
Even all my friends have said I've had multiple breakdowns, and I'm
Yeah.
like, something's going on.
Yeah. Well, I did the famous yesterday. I was like, I don't have time for a breakdown. Like, I want a breakdown.
Yeah, no.
I don't have time for it. Like,
Yeah.
do you know what I mean?
Literally,
I
same.
do not have time for a breakdown right now. But
That's what decompression week is for, apparently.
No, it's not. It's for us when we're like literally having serious talks.
I'm really excited for this decompression week.
I love it, but some
What
people,
is decompression week for the people?
decompression week to the people that don't work here or don't follow us, which is weird if you follow this and not us. Anyway, it's a week where essentially we don't do any work in terms of client work, but we do essentially like team building. What can we improve? Reflection of the year that's been, and what can we do further in the next year that can be better. And we talk about everything. Like, we'll be on 4-hour conversations just going about something.
Wow.
And it's great. I mean, I love that kind of stuff because I love learning. I love group work as well. I love collaborating with people because I love the fact that you can jump off people's conversations and it gives you ideas, you spark them, and you just, it's great. It's a great environment. Like, everyone's very supportive. No answer's a shit answer. You just go for it, and
That's
great.
amazing.
And then we also get like a little something for the day.
I'm also, sorry, just quickly, I'm a big believer in good team bonding, and what I mean by that is we've all done, whether it's other companies or whatever, annoying tasks that try and or team days out or whatever that are just a bit like forced fun and they never go well. But when you have a good team bonding, like the thing that we did, remember a couple of months back, I think we all did it, where we just opened up to each other in our teams. Do you remember this whole thing? And we had to speak about.
Oh, I was sobbing.
Well, this is
the
what I
whole
mean.
time.
This is what I mean. Like, so it was me in my team. It's me, Busky, Dev, Shah, Soph, and Maggie. And after that, I was like, oh God, I feel myself getting emotional now. I was like, I care about these people. Like, I actually give a shit. So now, when people ask me for something within my team, I'm like, yeah, I want to do that for you. So,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, I think I'm looking forward to that week. I really am.
Yeah, for sure.
Anyway, we got off topic.
We did. Way off topic. Gosh.
All right, let's talk about MTV.
MTV, I just want to preface that I am old enough to know what MTV is.
Well, I'm older than you, so
Absolutely.
I
You know more.
I was an MTV. May I be? No, I shouldn't ask your age. Can I, is that intense?
You can ask me anything like
How old are you?
I'm 26.
Okay, I'm 31, so I'm.
Yeah.
But actually, I would say, believe it or not, I still firmly believe that we're still too young to have really watched MTV in its heyday. Like MTV was around, sure, and it still played music when I was watching it, but.
Same.
But not like in the 90s, like when MTV was a thing.
And it was just music videos, wasn't it? Like, when I think of a music video, which is ironic because it's literally called MTV, music TV television, but I think of Juicy, because Juicy didn't play anything else but music videos. So I don't know why like that comes to mind, but MTV for me, when I was growing up, was, there's music videos in between, but it was reality shows, some cartoons in there, and just like all these different other things. You know, I'm thinking like, Pump My Ride.
Super Sweet 16.
Next.
Yeah. Oh my God. Dismissed as well. Do you remember Dismissed? Where the girl goes on a date with two guys at the same time.
Date My Mum.
Date My Mum.
Oh, that's crazy.
I love these. But
there was also
shows.
some intense ones like Scarred, where it was just about like, do you remember skateboarding injuries? They would be so brutal. It was mad. I think it contributed a lot to. It goes hand in hand with Hollywood because a lot of the stories that came out of MTV were based in LA, were based in Hollywood. Yeah. So it kind of contributed a lot of skate culture as well. I think was a big part of MTV, which I quite enjoyed as a kid.
Yeah, they started off doing strictly music videos. It was like one of the first big channels to put on. Like a lot of artists were using the platform to premiere their music videos. Like I know Michael Jackson had his prime, his peak was broadcasted on MTV.
That's crazy.
Wow.
Like the premiere of I don't know which music video it was. It might have been, what's the one where he does the lean and comes back?
That is no, it's not. Oh no, that is through.
Are you okay? Are
yes,
you okay?
yes. Yeah. Boom, nice.
Cool.
And like a lot of these like very, very, very prevalent artists at the time were like premiering their music videos on the TV channel. That was the spot to be.
That's crazy.
Because it's all pre-internet, right?
It's like the TikTok kind of thing.
Yeah.
Or YouTube even.
I've just got to quickly throw in, sorry, a Michael Jackson fact that I heard yesterday. How crazy is this? I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. When he did the Super Bowl halftime show at some point in the 90s, which was like, one of the most amazing performances ever, apparently at one point during the performance, he turned to his left and 16 people fainted. 16 people in the crowd
Unmatched
passed out,
aura.
which is insane. But sorry, just to regroup back to, but that just goes to show that actually underlines your point, Abdel, perfectly. That someone who is quite literally a music god, a megastar, chooses something like MTV to promote or at least premiere his video, whereas now it's nothing, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. All I go on MTV for is ridiculousness.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, why did they? I mean, I think they tried to keep up with, this different culture, and maybe they thought, maybe we need to have it more entertaining. As much as music videos are going around, there's also TV, there's also reality TV. And you made a good point of LA and Hollywood. They're trying to tap into that culture.
Yep.
TV's very much an LA, Hollywood kind of thing.
Definitely.
So,
especially I think with so they started off doing music videos and then slowly they started integrating like reality TV because obviously that was like on the rise at the time. The one that stuck out to me was Pimp My Ride.
Oh,
Pimp My Ride was the best show of all time.
Yeah, Exhibit.
We're going to put fish tanks in the,
Also, can I say, by the way, I'm obviously a big believer. My country, UK, has a lot of rivalry with the US, and sometimes there's the UK and the US version of something, and I will always fight the corner for the UK one being better. One area where the US beats us. I don't know if you guys have ever watched the UK version of Pimp My Ride. Oh my gosh, it is the cringiest thing. So Tim Westwood, who problematic for so many reasons, which is we'll get into another day. But just very, very quickly, remember the moment when the car is like brought to the garage for the first time, and everyone's like, "Yo!" Everyone's like hyping
That's
up.
hard.
Honestly, but that's a very American thing, right? Everyone's like dapping up, like, "Yo!" In the UK, when they were going, "Ha!" I'm like, that's
amazing.
That's rubbish. What's going on? It is toe curlingly cringe. So please, everyone out there, watch a bit of UK Pimp My Ride. It is awful, awful,
That's what we watched tonight.
so bad, so bad.
Try not to cringe challenge.
Honestly, it's awful. It's horrific.
I was a bit sad about the MTV though, having a little downfall, but it's still iconic. I feel like it had its heyday.
Yes.
But
What else are you gonna do?
You hit the nail on the head though, because like they went for these reality shows that, and I actually got this from Soap's brilliantly written article about it, is that they chose the short-term spikes, things like Jersey Shore, right? Where, yeah, I mean, maybe it has to an extent stood the test of time because you still have things like Geordie Shore and now Aussie Shore as well,
Love
which is
Geordie Shore.
yeah, as my
I
dad is a
prefer
Geordie.
Geordie Shore over Jersey Shore.
Shout out the Geordies. I am half Geordie. My dad is one, so yeah, they're unbelievable. But let me just quickly say, they went for something that gave them a short-term boost, but long-term, they forgot their core identity. And I compare it to when McDonald's in 2011 had their first ever profit warning for trying to go healthy, trying to bring in salad bars.
Yep.
No. Don't alienate your core audience.
Yeah.
Yep. I think there's a big thing in like how brands adapt over time, especially like with the rise of the internet. It was really like sink or swim. Like,
Yeah.
because initially, yes, they started music videos and then they jumped to slowly reality TV. But then with the rise of the internet, they like solely rejected that idea up until it was way too late. And I feel like MTV as a name, they could have really capitalized. They could have been like a, there's not like a good example, but maybe like BuzzFeed at the time. They could have,
Absolutely.
they could have been
Yeah,
that.
They should have done little, whether it's like little cooking challenges or something. Yeah, sure, still get the celebs in, still get those big names in, like, just to draw the audience, but have them doing silly things, but put it on YouTube. You know, don't just put it, don't rely on your own brand.
And I
They
think
would have thrived on YouTube actually. Now that I think about it.
Look, as a
So
concept,
good, yeah.
who says no? I think also the one last thing I'll mention about MTV is that their music also stayed, like, the music got dated over time. They didn't they didn't move with the times of music. They stuck with the same 90s core.
Yeah.
And then it like kind of really stopped at the early 2000s. Like think like Avril Lavigne, like that's kind of like where it stopped. But they never really like kept going. And obviously with the rise of new music, there's like a younger audience, there's a new audience to capture, blah blah blah. And
There was,
yeah, it's just
there was a snobbiness on their part because I mean one of the most famous, like Nirvana's MTV Unplugged album is one of the biggest ones, and like All Apologies, it's unbelievable. And you're so right, Abdel. That instead of capitalizing on the rise of new music, they were like, no, like Nirvana is like cool forever.
Yeah.
Which I love Nirvana, but you can't. They're not new.
But if you think of like the old, like okay, I'm trying to think. For some reason, Soul Train is in my head. Like the old TV shows, or when I say TV shows, not necessarily channels, but the TV shows that would hone in on one particular genre of music or one kind of era, and then they didn't continue because they kind of just stuck in that
They
decade.
stayed with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's an arrogance in that. Like no brand is too cool not to adapt a little bit. Obviously,
Absolutely.
again, don't alienate your audience, but like get with the times kind of thing.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's MTV.
MTV.
Moving on to
MT vanished.
Life360.
MTV vanishes.
MT vanished. The T stands for terrible. Sorry, no.
All right, Life360.
Yep. Love it. I've had it before. Have you?
I'm not.
Can you
across
can you
this.
tell us what the
Please,
app
can
actually
you
does?
sum it?
Life360 is essentially, this is how they market it. It's made for families that want to keep track of each other.
Okay.
So it's essentially, when you go on Snap Maps and it's like maps?
It's like real-time location
Oh,
tracking.
I like the
location.
thing they're doing on Instagram as well now with the map. They've got a little thing on.
Oh, do they? I don't
Yeah.
Anyway,
Instagram maps are a thing.
it's an app where literally, so I'll have like you guys on it, and then it will say, there'll be like hubs, so work. So you'll get a notification like, Maddie just arrived at work.
Oh no way!
Yeah.
And like, Carl's just arrived home.
No way!
And it's kind of funny because like me and my flatmates did it like as a joke for about, not a joke, but also because I get FOMO. I love seeing where people are. I
of
want to know
course.
everyone.
Yeah,
And like,
hard.
your secrets aren't secrets to me. And it'll be funny because you would name some places like hell or Maddie's at hell.
Oh, I see.
This person's at a boy's house she shouldn't be at.
Oh, nice!
So
Really?
it's fun, but but it's technically marketed for families in case things go wrong. or
Well, always the misuse of apps is how things blow up, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's no way. That's incredible.
it's a really cool app, but also I guess I feel like it gets a lot of slack because it's like, okay, stalker, you know?
Yeah.
Well, to be honest, I always found the Snap, and correct me, because I genuinely, you know, when I was about, I'm 31, I think I must be about 24, 25, I deleted Snapchat. I couldn't handle it. I was like, nah, I don't like it anymore. So I've not been on Snapchat for many, 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 many years. But as I understand it, there is the map situation. Is that publicly viewable to everyone, or do you have to be friends with someone?
No, you have to be friends with them,
Okay.
and you can put yourself on ghost mode. So like currently, no one can see me because I don't want anyone to see where I live.
Yeah.
Even if they are my friend on
Yeah,
Snapchat.
yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I think the app started as like a precautionary measure that parents took with their kids.
Yeah.
Especially the kids, like, I mean, they're getting younger, getting phones earlier, blah blah blah, and it's just like to comfort the parent and be like, but obviously,
Especially in America,
yeah,
where you know
yeah.
there's dangers everywhere you bloody turn.
exactly.
I also am of the view of when people say like, oh, the company's going to be tracking you, selling your data or whatever. Yes, but that's already happening. Like on such a large scale, you can turn every location service off that you want.
Yeah.
With the fact that I paid with my card in a sushi spot or whatever, well, that's been tracked. You know what I mean? Everything is constantly trackable.
Exactly. You're
They-
just giving it to your family.
Yeah.
They made this ad. I'd like us to watch it. It's just 1 minute.
I noticed if my son didn't have his coat.
Oh, so him losing his coat is my fault because you never let him lose anything.
You didn't notice that he didn't have his coat?
He's 9 years old. He should be able to remember a code.
Okay, so now we have to buy him a new coat. Aren't you gonna be too hot in this?
Family proof your family. With Tile.
Wait. Oh, so sorry. There's a physical accompaniment to it then.
Yeah, so now
Nice.
they've teamed up with a company called Tile, and it's basically an AirTag.
It's an AirTag.
It's like the original AirTag.
Oh my god.
Wow. Oh, I know Tile.
Do
Yeah.
you?
Yeah.
Oh, word. Okay. Because
One
I
thi-
did it before this.
One thing I will say, and this is just on a very, very micro scale, is that actually for so long I've been waiting for, because obviously you can track, you know, your phone, you find my iPhone or whatever, you have also that for headphones,
Yep.
but you don't have that for wallet or keys.
No.
Or I mean, you do, you have AirTags or whatever, but I don't think it's used on a massive scale. And how many, I've been
crazy.
waiting, yeah, it is crazy. I've been waiting for that kind of innovation. So I kind of, with that, that's,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I dig it. I think it's a really nice thing when brands that like start like it's a preventable fix for like a really scary consequence, right?
Yes.
And I love that like most of their ads go about it in a humorous manner,
Humorous way,
rather
yeah.
than like,
Fearful.
if you don't buy this, you might die and go
Yeah.
missing forever, like kind of thing.
But actually, I think what's interested me the most is Maddie's point about actually the FOMO side of things and keeping the conversation going with friends, where it's like, so and so arrived home, so and so is at this boy's house, or so and so is at the club or whatever, or even I love the idea of me waking up. So my best mate Dave in Sydney, like, you know, we always have very good nights out, and I love the idea of waking up on a Sunday and I'm having a lie-in and I'll get a notification like 5:45 a.m. Dave just arrived home, and I'm like, oh, what have you been up to? So yeah, I like that side of it a
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah, you got to
Wow.
keep it fun.
Yeah.
We got to go.
With that being said, thanks so much for tuning to your podcast, guys. Any final words?
I'd really enjoyed this. I want to do this with you again, please.
Okay,
Maddie.
next Friday.
Yeah, it was great. Yeah,
All right,
yeah.
see ya.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Thank you.